Hi there. Welcome back to Scribbles and Ink Stains. My name is Mary, and we've had a lot of rain this week. It's put me in the mind of decluttering old art supplies and reflecting on how to incorporate more drawing, sketching, and painting in my weekly habits while I have so much time on my hands in the summer. During this process, the Travelers Company released a new urban sketching bag and some canvas pouches in 4 different beautiful colors. I did decide to order the canvas bag because it fits a gap in my portable drawing kits. This video will unbox that purchase and explore what I've done to incorporate a more consistent daily drawing practice that connects to my world, whether it's urban sketching or making nature studies in my backyard. An added bonus, I'm going to show you how I really easily made that Traveler's Notebook style cover for my sketchbook with materials that most of you will already have on hand. Over the years, I've collected quite a few outdoor painting and sketching devices. What we're looking at here are 2 pochade boxes. One is kind of considered an ultralight, one is a little bit larger, and my leather satchel that I purchased at an outdoor market in Rome where I spent about a month sketching a couple years ago. So this featherweight one is my most portable, but even that, once you pack it down, it requires that you carry a tripod, although I suppose you could set it up on a picnic table or whatnot. It requires a tripod and it will not fit in my painting satchel, my leather painting satchel. The Traveler's Notebook bag, on the other hand, is the perfect ultralight setup. I probably will reduce the size of the watercolor kit that I port with me, but as you can see, even if I kept that full-size watercolor palette, I can fit everything I need for an urban sketching situation in that bag. I am really sorry that at the time that this video goes live, these bags are no longer available. However, have faith, Travelers Company sometimes does reissue limited editions. As a matter of fact, at the time of this video posting, Friday the 15th of July, I did notice that the Traveler's Notebook limited edition sets that were released in April, the covers, the stickers, etc., they are all showing up again, with the exception of the small passport size records version. They're all live today on the Travelers Company USA website. So I have to confess, I did pick up the limited set 2022 Travelers Airlines, and I'll share that with you when that arrives. I absolutely love the discovery of fresh ephemera every time I open a package from Traveler's Notebook. Let's unpack everything and then I will share with you what I purchased. I have bags that I probably could have purposed as a little pouch. I wanted a system that I could really just throw in a bag and go. So very portable, water pen, brush pen, 2 or 3 brushes, a sketchbook with excellent paper, maybe a binder clip, and a bag to carry it all. So Travelers Company came up with this cute little travel bag. It's made out of heavy duty canvas. It's big enough to throw your notebook, a sketchbook, a thing of paints. Okay, dimensions. This is the color black. It looks like a deep navy, 10 inches by 8.5 inches. This is my Moterm Midori notebook, so I'm just going to give you an idea of what you can carry with a bag this size. It is really, really perfect. And it easily has enough space for an additional pencil pouch or whatever drawing or writing tools you would like to port with you and your cell phone. I really love it. So for journaling on the go, this is a great little pouch. Such nice details. I'll go over some of these details. It has a snap closure, leather fittings. Of course, it's that gorgeous Travelers Company leather stamped with Travelers Company. I'll get some close-ups if that is not sufficient. Brass hardware, I think I said. and it is an adjustable strap. Those are made out of the same leather as the Traveler's Company notebook covers, and you can adjust the straps with these cute little brass button studs. We'll quickly go through the two other items I picked up from Travelers. I did want to pick up one of these binders for books that I've already filled up, since I filled one when we were out there hiking in Utah. All right, so Utah hiking book. The way you use these, super simple system, analog system. These rods just pop out. You find the middle of your book. We saw a little gray fox and I put her in the middle of the book, really wanting to highlight that experience. I don't know how she caught my eye, but we were hiking in Kodachrome Basin State Park, and I looked over and there was something that looked like a little grayish white house cat sitting on a rock looking at us. And she sat there while we explored around her, and she was seemed gentle enough to not want to get too close to us. So that was appreciated. But basically that is a system. I'll be able to fit another couple books in there on those other rods, but I probably won't need all of those rods. And then because I enjoyed using my Traveler's notebook so much out there, I decided to get the vertical dated diary, weekly vertical. This will have stickers in it and other swag. So let's just see what it comes with. These are starting to, this is the half year, I'm sorry, so this is the July start. So the thing I've been using the vertical weeklies for in my Traveler's notebook is memory keeping in my creative world, and I'm really happy with how it's going so far. It comes with a little notebook guide and 2 stickers. Lovely. The sun has finally broken through the clouds, and it's a good thing because I have a project I want to start today and bring you along. I recently did a Studio D stash and did things like throw away old dried up paint tubes, went through and found some beautiful watercolor paper that I had already toned. And I decided instead of buying a sketchbook, I would go ahead and tear these papers up and make my own. I'm going to show you how I'm going to set up my little binding for my watercolor sketchbook. Here are the materials you need for this project. You can hit pause if you'd like to follow along with me. Leather I had on hand from prior bookbinding projects, but you don't need anything this fancy. You can pick up leather from any local craft store. You could recycle an old leather good that you're no longer interested in. The only important thing is that you measure out a scrap of leather that is at least 1 full centimeter longer in width and height than your folded paper signatures for your sketchbook. You can pick up shoestring lace elastic at your local craft store in the sewing department. I had this on hand already. This is the tool I will use to punch the leather. And let's just check placement. Okay, so the Traveler's Notebook, I'm going to want to punch 1 hole in the middle of the back for the cord that holds the notebook closed, and 4 holes along the spine to lace the elastic through that holds the inner notebook signatures in place. Okay, so I'm going to just imitate the same setup. I don't have one of these crimps, but I don't really think that's absolutely necessary. I did leave myself a little bit of the natural edge of the skin to fold over as a flap. I don't know that that's really necessary, but it does have a little tool mark, and I just don't want this to feel like a precious thing. For the spine, before you mark the 4 holes along the spine, you want to verify that you'll have enough leather and enough space to fold the leather over your signatures. 6 1/8. These quilting Squares are really cool because, of course, they're transparent and they're gridded all the way across, so you can really line things up and get things square. Use a white pencil to mark 4 dots along the spine to help you punch your holes evenly. If your white marker doesn't want to mark on the leather, you can wet the back of your hand, rub your white pencil on something wet, and that will loosen up the pigment and it will be easy to transfer the pigment to the leather. Now you want to find the back side of your sketchbook and add 1 white dot right in the middle for the band that wraps around the entire book, keeping it closed. This is a hand-bound book. It's not a commission for anyone, so that gets me in the ballpark. All I need to do now is punch my holes and go. These are going to be easier because they're close enough to the side. To get that one, I just need to make it reachable. So this is kind of a pull-up leather, which is okay. There we go. You can then use an awl to help widen the hole so you can get the elastic lace through. And I found a little charm that came with a pair of shoes that I bought, so I'm just going to use kickers. I remember those shoes really fondly. I'm not going to pull it super tight. This is just a first guesstimate based on how I cut. If your elastic starts to fray too much, you can just snip off the end and that will restore a clean edge. So this will be where I want to tie it off, which means I want to come in from this end. I'm not going to completely trim these until I decide on whether that's going to be tight enough of a fit. And what that means is for any given outing, I just need to pull the pages, however many pages I want to bring with. So I think I'm going to do 2, 3, 5. I could, of course, use a jump band, create a jump band out of that elastic and have 2 signatures. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to have 2 signatures in this book, one on the outer string, one on the inner. Now this is a little bit snug, so I don't want it to chew up my deckled edges too much, and I might loosen that. That allows me to go in landscape mode, work all the way across the page, or to work in portrait mode, just like this, and make little sketches here on this side. I am pretty happy with that. Let's see how it closes. Of course, with use, this will become more flexible. I am pretty happy with that. So I am pretty happy I've taken this kit out on a test run all week, 3 different instances, and it's really a perfect featherweight journal or watercolor on the road kit. I'd love to hear what you're using, especially if your watercolors are in a more compact form. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks again. Bye.